recording.
All
But it's
right.
okay. We can edit. We can edit things. Welcome back, friends. It's the Half-Ass Crafter. I'm Laura, the Half-Ass Crafter, and this is
Melissa at Missy Creates. Hi.
Yay! So today Missy and I have been talking about this for like a month, maybe even two. Actually, I think we mentioned it in August.
So.
And I think I was like, I'm not free until October. Which was a ridiculous thing to say because I'm not that important. I am just that ridiculously busy. But we decided to, so the first thing we did, let me move all of this stuff.
Yes.
The first thing we did is we got together without recording. I know y'all are all going to be really sad and that's okay. And we made these paper bag journals, which are huge. They're 12 inches by, what is it, 6 or something?
8.5, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They're 12 by 8.5.
8.5, yeah.
And
they're big.
They're huge, which is great because I can't usually get sometimes I find dolls that I want to make, but they're too big for my normal art journal. So this is perfect. And then we had the idea that since it's so close to Halloween, we would do pumpkin bodies or jack-o'-lantern bodies or some sort of like Halloween-y thing. And I happen to have these pumpkins cut out and I have all these heads and feet, legs cut out. And so this is where we're at.
Do you want to tell them? Sorry.
Did you decorate the front of your...
I did not. I didn't. I haven't done anything to it yet. Do you want to tell them why we chose bags to make the journal?
Yes. Why we made paper bag journals specifically?
We made paper bag journals because we wanted to make a bag lady series. I thought it would be fun to have bag lady paper dolls. What that means, I don't exactly know. But since it is so close to Halloween, we just started with pumpkin people. So
yes. I love the bag lady idea. I really do.
Yeah. I thought that would be fun. Just a fun spin on your paper dolls. And just FYI, I have not made a paper doll yet, technically speaking. So really? I did a collage last year where it was a prompt challenge that I was doing with someone. And I took a lady's face and altered it. I put a different nose, different eyes, things like that. So that's the closest I've come to doing a paper doll. So y'all bear with me. This is kind of new territory for me in a way.
I think you're going to be fabulous at it. I'm really surprised that you haven't done it because I
have resisted the urge. I've wanted to do it for years. I've collected some bodies, some things, but after watching your series, I realized that some of the bodies and heads that I collected aren't really ones that I probably won't use them. I've learned a lot from watching you make them and your series. And like you say all the time, you just learn by doing it. And so I figured what better time to jump in than now.
Yeah. I feel like this is how everybody's doing it. They're like, I want to make paper dolls. Can we just do a video together? And I'm like, yes. And I think people who, I have a ton of viewers who are really interested in the paper dolls, but they don't make them. And,
right.
Because I think like for me personally, it felt very creative. And I was like, ooh, I don't think I'm that like clever and creative. I can't do that. But once you start doing it, you do start to see how, oh, that's a good body. That's a good head or whatever.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think doing these videos with, especially, with other YouTubers who just haven't done the dolls yet is really useful for the folks who are kind of on the fence. They're like, I'll watch your doll videos, but I don't make dolls. And I've had a lot of people who said after Debbie and I did our dolls and then, Shannon, Debbie and I did our dolls, they were like, okay, fine, I'm going to go try making some dolls. And it's really cool. It's really neat that people are like, oh, fine, I'll go try it. So if you're on the fence out there, you should
just
try
do it. Just do it. I have done, I've done some glue booking, and which kind of not the same principle, but you use some of the same skills, I think. doing characters in your, because I usually use people in my glue book. I don't necessarily alter them, but I plan to. So that is kind of where I'm going. Now I get tied up with my journal stuff because I am a journaler. I have a creative journal and I like that a lot. Look at this witch. Isn't she precious? I'm like, I've got to use her somehow. She's got the
Yeah.
Fanta drinks and the broom and everything, and she's just precious just the way she is.
Oh, she's great.
So, yes.
I'm jealous.
I have been saving her for I've had her for probably 3 years.
Oh my gosh.
Just did, well, maybe 2, but Now I did find these legs in a magazine a while back and I saved them. At first I thought I'd send them to you. I love the fishnet stockings but then when I saw them, I thought, well, we're doing this and
that's right.
They're great Halloween legs. I have a mess. I do live up to my name, Messy Missy. I am a very messy crafter and I lose things frequently. Okay, here's my man legs.
All right, hang on.
So,
oh my gosh, those are so good.
Yeah, so I haven't cut them apart yet. I may, but I want to wait and do that like when I'm about to glue them on. So here's this lady. She was drowning in the swamp and she has this pumpkin body. And, this lady down here is just like, what the heck? What are we doing? I probably will not have arms. Well, actually, and there's a reason for that. But I do have some arms on standby that I like. Will have to cut them apart, but this is I love the little boxing gloves.
Oh, the boxing gloves are great.
Yes. So if I choose to do arms, they will look like that. Now I might make arms on another pumpkin. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah,
so
I don't know about arms. I'm over here trying arms and they're very finicky.
Yes.
Like, I mean, you got to kind of, I don't know. Maybe we don't.
I do have, have you done any of your background prep yet or?
No,
okay.
I think I'm going to do these 3 dolls because I have these 3 pumpkins.
Those are awesome.
So yeah, I just found
doll head is just perfect.
I know. This one I'm really
perfect.
like, I'm really jamming on this one. This is
perfect.
This is going really well for me right now.
Good.
So this one, yes. These I'm not sure what I'll do. I may switch their heads or something. I don't know. Where did my arm go? Not my arm, but this arm.
I'm like,
I know where my own arms are. Got them. They're right here.
Got them. They're right there. Okay, don't cut them off.
All right. You're right.
I don't think your glue is strong enough.
That's true. That's true. That would be a mess. And then it would be extremely difficult to clean up because I wouldn't have any arms.
Correct. That is correct. I also have this head right here. And I thought this was the perfect expression. So this is Princess Di, if you did not know. I think I just hadn't detached her head yet. I felt a little bit bad about it.
Yeah. I could see that.
Would you, if I'm going to put her on this pumpkin right here, and this one has lights on it. So,
oh, neat. That's neat.
If I'm going to put her on this pumpkin, are you using, yes, you are, I think. Are you using the stem for the neck?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So I would cut her at her chin line.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. I didn't want to do that without asking you first. So, because I thought that might be how it goes, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So the interesting thing is when I watch people do this for the first time, a lot of times they will misalign the heads. Like they'll do something like that, which I mean is fine. You can do that.
I gotcha. Yeah.
But what you want to do is you want to realize that, the chin, your chin is connected to your neck, right? Like the middle of your neck. So you kind of want to make sure that your chin is somewhat aligned. If you want, I mean, unless you want it to be like a weird broken neck, right? Then which case, go for it. Do whatever you want.
Creative license, isn't that what they call that?
Yeah, but
artistic license.
I always try to line up the chin so that it looks somewhat like, yes, that's an actual, that could be their actual neck. But I mean, come on, it's a gigantic doll head on a pumpkin. So really,
Right.
you know.
Do I have the right amount of stem showing? Because I wasn't sure. No, I have no neck on the other one because she's like being swallowed up by the pumpkin. But Princess Di, we're going to let her have a little bit of neck.
Yeah,
Haven't decided if I'm going to cock her head a little bit.
Oh, right there. Yeah, I like that.
I'm going to give her some of the fancier legs. Like, I love these right here with the boots and the fishnet stockings. Although these purple boots are awesome for Halloween. However, they're facing that way. So I didn't know if that would throw off my proportions or not. But
I mean, you want your proportions to be off a little bit.
I gotcha.
That's the fun of it, right?
Point.
Yeah.
Her head is, maybe it's true proportion to the pumpkin.
Who's?
Do you think? Princess Diane, yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Do you have a smaller pumpkin?
I think so.
Well, I'm gonna glue my doll because this doll is, I'm just like totally driving.
Yes, absolutely. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and glue my, I hate to call her the swamp lady, but she was neck deep in a swamp in the image. So
okay.
Hence the
she's a swamp lady.
Yeah. Fine. All right, Diana, let's see what we can do with you. Yeah, I don't have a larger pumpkin. I may have a smaller one. I also have this. And I thought this would be interesting because it's like 3 stacked together. So I don't know though. That would be almost like the snowman of pumpkins.
Yes, put Diana's head on that.
Let's see. Do we like that? It's definitely different.
I like it. Yes.
Okay. She doesn't have much of a stem. I'm wondering, I guess I could just drop her down though, right?
Yeah.
Drop her chin down.
Okay. Yeah. Or you could you could make her a neck with something, or you could, sometimes if they don't have a neck, I'll cut out like a ring or a bracelet out of a and then I give them like a collar.
Yeah. Or this top pumpkin could be her very big neck.
Yep. Yeah. She looks like she has a Renaissance collar.
Right. All right, let me cut this one out. I'll probably leave a little tab at the top of this as I'm cutting it, just for something to glue onto, or as a makeshift neck. Oh, I organized my craft room. Well,
I love a good craft room organization.
Yes, I just moved in. I moved my craft room about 2 or 3 months ago, and so it's still fairly organized, although I make daily messes in here. What really got in disarray was my magazine. And so that really is what I straightened up. I got them all in one bookshelf. I organized them by month. Wow. And I have a basket sitting on top of the what did I just call it? Bookshelf. And it's got like the current. So right now it has the fall magazines in that basket. So then in December or November, I will switch and put the Christmas magazines in there. So that way I'm not having to dig in my very full bookshelf. Okay, so here is the Diana pumpkin trio. I don't know. I think she is going to need a little bit of a neck. What do you think?
You know what she needs? Yes. She has that black beret. I like that black actually right there to be her neck.
Okay.
Yep, that right there. Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, she looks great.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it so much. I'm over here trying all these different heads. I don't know.
Yeah, you've got some great heads.
I got a lot going on. I forgot that I had all these heads cut out.
Have you tried that little head, the one in the middle? Have you tried her on the pumpkin to the right?
Over here?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I did. I tried her out, I think, before we started recording. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. So that way you have a tiny head on your big pumpkin too.
Yes. Okay. I do like this. I think I am gonna glue these arms to this pumpkin. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna glue this body together. So I feel like I need to tell everybody that I have had some sort of weird block with making a journal, and I have been trying to make journals. I know I made them last year, and then I just kind of haven't made any this year. I've been trying to make journals this year, and they just have not been working out for me. But then Missy and I got on a FaceTime call. We were chit-chatting. We were making journals, and by golly, it just worked. And it was like magic. It was the most amazing thing. And I think that Missy is now you're now my emotional support human when it comes to making journals. So I may have to call you up and be like, I need help. I just need you
Okay.
to talk to me while I make a journal.
Yeah. Well, I know you had told me that you were struggling making journals, and actually that's what we kind of talked about making this video about. But
Yep.
then you did so well with that journal that we didn't really need to do a tutorial.
I just needed somebody to take my brain off of thinking about it, I think.
Right, right. Yeah, and we were doing some heavy chatting, so
We were.
maybe that was just what you needed.
I think so.
Okay. Oh, yes. Oh, definitely. Let's see. As much as I liked these fishnet stockings on her, I like these purple boots turned sideways.
Yes. I would push them
Can you
up
see
just
that?
a little.
Okay, so up like that.
Yep. Yep. I would
And
even push
then,
them up just a smidge more. Yeah,
oh,
right
okay.
there.
So she has a long pumpkin skirt on. Okay. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. And then her head right about there.
Turn it the other direction. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Even a little more, or is that enough? Because she is looking up that way.
It's up to you. Whatever you think. Oh my, I love both of those. So like, I just want to stop making mine because yours are so good. Look at yours.
Oh,
Oh
well,
my
thank
gosh, they
you.
look so good. Oh my gosh, they're so good.
I have I know we're not on to accessories yet, but I might have to do this with a pair of tweezers too because it's so tiny. I tried on some different eyes on her, and I just can't in good faith give Lady Di different eyes. I
Oh
can't.
no. Okay. That's
But
understandable.
I did find this mouth.
Ah,
So I may have to use that.
you're gonna have to. Absolutely. You better glue that
Like,
down right now.
like what?
Like you just need to glue that down right now.
Okay. And over here on this one, I kind of like, what do you think? But I kind of like the guy's knees showing. It looks like she has a shorter skirt on. Or do you think I move it down on
No,
that
no,
one
no. I
too?
like the knees. You're right.
I do too.
You need the dude knees showing. You're absolutely
Yes.
right.
Okay, let's get some glue on this thing.
Oh my gosh, I just love this doll, but I really feel like she needs some sort of funky arms.
I drew this pumpkin. I had only
Oh
found
my
one or
gosh,
two.
really?
Yeah.
You're so good. Oh my god, your
Thank you.
illustrations are so
Thank you.
good. Have you ever done that for work? Because seriously, your illustrations are so good.
I haven't. I just do it for play. I mean, I do list some of my, my primarily for journaling, my clip art and whatever. I do have some of it on Etsy, but for the most part, it's journal oriented, like days and. Oh no, I didn't mean to put the glue on the back of her hair. Okay. Gonna have to do some glue surgery here. I meant to put the glue on the front side of her hair, and I put it on the back side. I just had to make sure to pick it up before it stuck to the page, though. I kind of like this one side of her hair sticking out over the pumpkin. What do you think of this? Or should I have them both back behind the pumpkin? Maybe behind.
Yeah, I like it behind.
Yeah.
Just need some arms doing something that aren't just hanging.
Right.
Or something good I could use as arms, but I don't know. I'm not quite good enough to like.
Oh, look. She looks like she's hitting herself in the face, in the head.
She's like, I need to be out of this royal meeting right now. I'm going to punch myself in the face.
Oh, mercy.
If it makes you laugh, man, you got to use it.
Yes, I've got
the
to.
rule.
Yes, that's a rule.
That is the rule.
Well, that definitely made me laugh. So
it's too good.
That was too funny. I think for a long time, I didn't want to waste my images, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And it's kind of like the fear of starting in a new journal or a new whatever. Yep. It's that fear of messing up or,
Yep.
And you just kind of got to get over it sometime.
You definitely have to. You have to just, what? Here's what I do. I just grit my teeth. So when we were making journals, we were talking about how you have a dilutions journal that you just can't bring yourself to, to work in, right?
Right.
And I had the same problem. Like I bought a dilutions journal and then I was like, oh, I can't work in this. So I worked in an old art journal that I had laying around from like 20 years ago.
Right.
And what I did though was I bought more of those journals and I was like, okay, now I have 3 of those journals so I can go ruin one. And here's what I tell myself when I'm all like, oh, I can't work on that, I'm going to ruin it. I'll go, okay, then let's go ruin it. And I like give myself that permission to go ruin it. And then I
Right.
realize I'm not ruining it. I'm just working in it. And then I get pride that I'm actually using it and I'm working in it. And I have an art journal that has stuff in it.
Yes,
You know,
definitely.
like
Absolutely.
you gotta get out of that mindset of if it isn't perfect, I can't do it.
That has been a real, a huge struggle for me. That, as a matter of fact, is why I taught myself or learned how to make journals, because that's how long ago I got that delusions journal, by the way. Yeah, I've had it for quite some time. I thought, well, if I'm going to mess them up, I need to learn how to take them apart and rebind them. That was my philosophy. So, and if I use junk pages and not my precious stuff, then I won't mind messing them up. So
Yep.
I started with a journal, one of the first art journals that I made. One of them I made out of a cereal box, which I make journals out of boxes all the time nowadays. And then I put like old calendar pages and old whatever, because you're going to paint over them. You're going to glue over them. So that's kind of how I got out of that a little bit. Still haven't brought myself to use the Delusions journal. Honestly, I think I forgot that I had it until I told you I had it.
You need to use it.
Yes, I do. Diana, you are fabulous, darling.
Oh my gosh, she's so good.
She is. I mean,
So
I
good.
think with the red, that mouth and the expression and the mouth and the boxing gloves, that just made it.
Okay, so I remembered that I had these Tim Holtz bat
Ooh,
wings. And so rather than giving
yes.
her arms, I'm going to give her bat wings. And then I have these smaller bat wings, which I'm going to see if I can get to work.
Oh, that's incredible. Yes, that is perfect.
Yeah, so I think I can do, yeah, like that. Okay, that's what we're doing.
Oh, that's perfect.
That's what we're doing. And everybody's going to ask me about that book that I just had. So hang on a minute and
Oh,
let me
I
show
missed
you.
it.
I'll show you the book again.
Okay.
Everybody asks. They're like,
Yes.
how did you make that book? Tell me. And I'm going to tell you. There, that's how they need to be. I'm going to leave that alone. So I have this book, and everybody asks me about it because it's got all my Tim Holtz ephemera in it.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's a Canson mixed media.
Mm-hmm.
I got this idea from Juicy Christians. She has this, and I will, if I can remember, I'm going to put a link to that video so that you can see how she does it, because that's how I figured it out. But she says this is the only book that actually the paper actually works. All the other paper, the adhesive actually sticks to for some reason. But you use a tape runner, and yes, you can use a permanent tape runner. This is the literal tape runner that I use to glue all these in.
Really?
And yeah, and you just use like the smallest amount. And you do need to use a small amount because some of these I put like a long strip on and it really does want to stick. But you just use a small, tiny amount.
Wow.
And then it just sticks on the page, and then you can pull it up and put it back down.
Did you run it, the tape runner? Did you just run lines across it and then you stick them to wherever on that line?
Yeah.
Or did you actually do little spots?
You just do like, let me see if I can find one that I've done correctly. So see, I just ran a little bit of tape. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I just ran a little bit of the tape runner. You just do a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just sticks. And then when you pull it up, you just kind of pull and twist and it'll come right up.
That's awesome.
And that's
awesome. So the
that's how I
tape is
store all that.
sticking to the ephemera, but it's coming, it's lifting off of the paper. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. See that there's like
Okay.
the smallest amount on that one, but it sticks to the paper, but then you can peel it up.
That is genius.
And sometimes they do fall, especially these big ones. Like, see this little girl, she constantly falls. I can't get her to stay, but sometimes they do fall, but that's okay. And then sometimes I have ripped a couple of them on the back. So for these, I accidentally put way too much. So a lot of them are like really stuck on here.
Gotcha.
Like this lady, she's got a piece running all the way down her, which is too much. You don't need a lot. That's the thing I learned. Just the smallest amount.
Okay.
Keep them stuck in there. And that's how I organize my Tim Holtz ephemera.
Well, I'll be. That is so smart.
One time I brought that book out and I didn't say, because usually I will say in the video, I'll be like, oh, let me link how to make this book. And I didn't. And somebody was like, whoa. We need to talk about your ephemera book. Hang on a minute.
Yes, we need to have a conversation.
There
That's
it is.
too
And I'll try to
funny.
remember to link it. Oh my gosh, I love this little bat doll.
Oh,
I don't
she
even
is
know.
fresh. Oh, and look the legs. I hadn't seen. I'm over here reaching for her. She's not on my screen. She's on your screen.
That's so funny. We do have very similar books, which is really funny.
Oh, the legs, the way that they're. Yes, that is perfect.
Isn't she good? Oh, I love her.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes.
Now I need a background for her. Ooh, you know what? Hang on. Where is it? I have a bunch of printables. I have a bunch of Halloween printables, and some of them are backgrounds. So hang on. Maybe we can make something interesting. Oh, wait. I have some of those too. Hang on. Ooh, what are we going to do? It's going to be exciting, I'm sure. It's not. It's not going to be exciting, y'all. I don't need anybody to be getting their hopes up over here that I'm going to be doing anything super exciting.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh, you should tell the pumpkin story. Absolutely.
Okay. There is a reason that this one has no arms and is up to her neck in this pumpkin and has socks on. When I was in kindergarten, my elementary school did a huge Halloween festival. The whole kindergarten first grade hall was designated and blocked off as a haunted house. So each room was decorated. You went in the rooms and whatever. I mean, scary as all get out for 5-year-olds. I mean, this thing, like, you know, traumatized me for life. And my mom and dad went all out. They headed it up. They were like the room parents or whatever. You know, the squishy eyeballs and you stick your hands in it and people jump
Oh
out at you.
yeah.
And the whole thing. Okay. So this day my aunt being my mom's oldest sister, and my mom made me a pumpkin costume. Now keep in mind I'm 5. And I looked about like this. They got me, I think I had green tights on and a green leotard. And they made this huge pumpkin, this orange bag, and decorated it in some way. But anyway, and it zip tied up to my neck. Seriously.
Zip tied.
Not zip tie, a drawstring.
Oh, a drawstring. Okay.
Around my neck.
Boy,
Yes.
they were in it.
Not yeah, not zip ties, drawstring. And they get me all stuffed in. They stuffed in pillows and sheets and got me all plumped up. And I'm waddling around. They forgot to cut armholes in my pumpkin suit. So I'm walking around with this giant pumpkin, running into things, falling over, and I have no arms to catch myself. So I'm falling and falling. And and did they think to fix it? No. They just let me fend for myself all day, all night. So that is why she has no arms, and she's up to her, as I call them, her woozle and pumpkin.
Her woozle.
You know what a woozle is, right? Your neck. I don't know. When you're up to your woozle in something, you're up to your neck in it. So I have this candy background. It actually goes like this. It's like trick or treat candy. I love it. Although I am finding that my people are not standing out on it very well.
I'm trying to find something for a background. I don't know what I need.
Your doll pumpkin, your doll head doll,
Yeah.
it is perfect just on that. Is that an orange page?
It is orange, yeah.
I would just maybe add some things coming out from behind her, or because you've already got the background color.
Yep.
She's fabulous all on her own. I know you want some kind of a background, but she's just fabulous.
Oh, you know what? I have these. Maybe I could use these to make like a border. Ooh, yeah. Okay, that's
there
what
you go.
That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna put a border down the side.
Okay, so this lady, I'm gonna put the candy on behind her because her face says, "I can't get the candy." She has no arms.
She has no arms. That's right.
I cannot get the candy.
She's like you, trick or treating at school, and you're like, but mom,
but I can't get the candy.
Can't get any candy. I have no arms.
Because then I have this lady down here. I still have to cut her hands out, but she's like, "What's the problem?" But never fear, I have ET.
I think ET is great.
And I think is this the. At first, I thought this was the policeman from Jaws, but it's not.
No, that's the
Um,
policeman from. I just finished watching that series, Dark Winds.
okay.
That was a great series, by the way.
Okay.
If anybody is into like interesting, oh my gosh, I forgot I have this little bird with man feet.
Oh, yes.
He may have to go on there. Anyway, that's a great series, FYI. If anybody's
Okay.
into like police procedurals, and then you also want like a little bit of like supernatural stuff thrown in, not a lot, just a smidgen. It's really good.
Wait a minute. Nope, I found them because I have. He's laughing. So she can be. Let me take the background off because I think it is too dark. He's down here just laughing at her frustration. I have to. Are you one? I have to have a story. Like
Yes.
even all of my collages, my glue book pages, everything, they have to have a story. I won't go as far as to say they have to make sense.
Oh no, they don't make any sense.
No, but it just has to have a story.
Yes. Yes.
So,
I did an art journal page for a video just this morning. Well, last night. I was doing it yesterday. I finished it this morning, but I actually was like, why does this lady have these things behind her? And then I was like, oh, because she's like a nature witch.
oh,
And I
yes.
was like, that's why this lady. And so that was the only way that I could like make it work in my own brain. I don't know. It's very weird.
Hey, it makes perfect sense to me.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. The story itself doesn't have to make sense,
Right.
but it has to have a story.
Yes. I do that with my glue book rooms too, because the glue book rooms sometimes just get super wacky. And it's like,
Yes.
Why is there an octopus in the living room? And then I'm like, well, that's because well, the queen has to be in there.
She is. Never fear. She's right here. This was like a People magazine that was a tribute to, I don't know, something royal.
Oh, yeah. I feel like they tried to get me to get a subscription, and they were like, we're going to send you this whole book about the royals. And I was like, I'm not,
it's interesting, but it's not, they make great glue book characters. I will say that. They always have something fancy on or a pumpkin.
huh. I just got kicked out, but I'm back. I got the hook.
What is the hook?
Well, Debbie and I were recording once, and I just left the stage. Like StreamYard just kicked me out for whatever reason.
Wow.
And I just noticed that it happened just now. I was like, you were the only one. You were all by yourself there
I
for like
saw
a
that.
second. And I was like, what happened? And so Debbie was like, when it happened, Debbie's like, what happened? I'm like, I think I got the hook. They were like, get off the stage.
That's funny.
So,
yeah, I noticed it flicked. I noticed the silence, and then I noticed it flicked. Now I'm on the other side.
Now you're over there. Yeah.
Now I'm over here, and you're over here.
I can't point over there because I'm done pointing to nothing.
I still can't touch your doll.
You still can't touch my doll. Okay, I love this. I think I'm going to do that. So I feel like this bird is a tailor. That's why there's a tape measure here, and the bird is custom fitting her to a new pumpkin.
Oh, a pumpkin. Yes, that makes perfect sense.
It makes a ton of sense, right?
Absolutely.
A tailor bird. Of course the bird's a tailor. What else? What other job would a bird have?
Right. Well, it worked for Cinderella.
That's true. It did. Maybe that's why I'm like, no, birds are tailors, right? Cinderella told me so. I didn't put her down far enough. She's too high. Oh, well, she's going to be too high. It's our glitter glue. It's permanent now.
Oh, she's adorable, though.
She goes right here.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. You're adorable.
I'm not sure what to do for this background behind the royals. I may just keep building characters around her. I don't know. It'll usually come to me. Do you do that? You just kind of...
Oh my gosh. It's so funny because I was thinking right before you got here and we started recording, I was like, Missy's going to think I've got all my stuff together and I'm ready to go, and I am not ready to go in the least. And I don't think people know. I mean, I know that I say on my channel that I craft by the seat of my pants, but I like really craft.
Really do.
Like seriously, I mean, how I come up with video ideas is unless someone leaves me a comment and is like, oh, blah, blah, blah. But usually I'm like, I'm out doing horse chores, and then I will think, I haven't used my blah, blah, blah supply
Right.
in, a super long time. And then I just grab that supply and I'm like, guess I'll make a something something. And
Hey,
and then
those
I
are the
just
best. Yeah.
I just hop into it, and then I just start making things, and it's like, and half the time I start and I'm like, what am I doing? And then it all just like, you just start kind of sticking things together, and then things start happening and you're like, this is what I'm doing. Okay. So,
Right, right. Yeah, that's the best. Yeah, I was thinking that you had it all together.
oh no,
That's what I
ma'am.
was definitely thinking.
Nope.
And I'm thinking I'm slacking because I only had like maybe one background idea and I only had some of my things cut out. But sometimes you just never know what you're going to need to use until you get into it.
Well, what was funny was you texted me, I think yesterday, and you were like, how many dolls are you making? And I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Okay, I did not anticipate cutting out all those. I did have them on standby just in case I needed them. I'm thinking somebody somewhere is going to be mad at me for doing this. I can see it now.
Uh-oh. Controversial crafting. I'm
I
here for it.
know, I
Let's
know.
go. What are we doing?
All right, what do you think about this page before I glue it down?
Oh, I love
Um,
that.
does she stand out? I think I need something behind her lighter colored. Yeah, I'm wondering if she's standing out enough. And then I've got E.T. and Elliot up here, Darth Vader, and this lady down here going, "What? What's your problem?"
That's your mom going, what? What is your problem?
Yeah,
Just go trick or treating.
exactly,
You're like, I don't
exactly.
have any hands.
Oh mercy! And my aunt just giggling. That's all
Right.
she did. She just giggled
She's like,
with
well,
her.
this will be the therapy later.
Yes, this will send her to therapy later.
That's right.
Oh yeah, that and they made me stick my hand in gooey eyeballs and spaghetti,
Oh,
like
yeah.
spaghetti noodles with grapes in
Yes.
it or something.
I did that. I had a Halloween party as a kid, and I read this like parenting magazine that talked about, you take frozen grapes and you peel them, and then those become the eyeballs because they thaw
Yes,
out and get slimy.
yes.
Yeah, and I did that, and my friends were like, Laura, this is disgusting. And I was like, yeah.
Oh, okay. Here's me going. I'm going to call the cops because I can't get any candy. So I have the opposite of a border. I have the inside, and then I have my collage bits around the edges. Does that work?
I mean, it's your
I
page.
reckon it's gonna have to because that's what I'm doing.
It's all okay. There's no
That's how I
rules.
fly.
That's the beauty of it. There are no rules. It's just like what makes you giggle. That's it. That's
Right.
all that's important is whatever makes you giggle.
Yes, and that makes me giggle. Do some alien surgery here. Elliot.
That's so
Okay.
funny. That is what he said.
Yeah, I love that. Was like my favorite movie. I was
Oh
like
my
10
gosh,
when that
wasn't
came
it?
out.
Yes.
Oh, it was awesome. It was probably one of the first no, well, I was going to say it was probably one of the first movies that I actually saw in a theater, but actually that's not the truth. I think my family liked to scare me.
Oh.
Because I think I'm the youngest of 8. So
Oh my God.
so I think they took great joy in scaring me because I do believe they took me to see Jaws when I was about 5.
Oh my gosh.
5 or 6. I know. We were horribly unsupervised, but it was funny. I look back on it now and just laugh. It's always tricky layering your collages and trying to figure out what needs to be glued on first. And like, you can't
Yes.
completely glue her down until you have him down.
Oh yeah,
This
that's
page
always.
well, she's got her head sticking out of a pumpkin. It's okay if she's a little warped.
I mean, sometimes I start saying stuff like that and people will leave me comments and they'll be like, I don't know why you're worried about that. You've got a dog head
Yes.
on, a child's body, and
And
you're
you're worried
about
about right.
you're worried that the sofa doesn't look at the, on the correct perspective or something. And I'm like, oh, that's a valid point, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I knew from the first video I saw of yours, and I don't remember what it was. It was back when you still hand wrote the half-ass crafter.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was
So
last year.
however long ago that was. And I said to myself, so I could be friends with her. Oh, sometimes you just know your people right off the
You
bat,
do.
right?
You do. Yes. Yeah, you do. You just know your people. When I found you, I was like, oh, I love her accent. Will she just talk to me? Can we just talk?
Talk. I'd be happy to.
I miss that Southern accent. I mean, most of the people out here don't even really have an accent.
I have decided just to embrace my accent. This may end up just being a very busy collage. I don't know. I'm just kind of sticking stuff somewhere. I'm not real sure what to do with
That
her.
royal cage. I hadn't noticed what you were doing over there. So you've got the queen coming out of a pumpkin.
Yes.
You've got Di is punching herself in the face. She's so over this whole thing. And
Yes, she
then
is.
you've got King Charles now, but he was King
Yes.
Charles at one point.
Right.
And then you've got Prince William, which is Diana's kid. And then you have Diana's grandson, which is, I forget
Oh,
his name.
that's true. I forgot. Oh, wait. Do I need the ex-husband in here? Oh, I do have him. Where is he? let's just make the whole thing. Let's see.
You're just going all in. I love it.
I
love that
am.
okay. So I have these very large glasses that I just put on this doll.
Oh.
So doll, I mean, the doll looks good, or doll with glasses.
Oh, she looks great with the glasses. My only hesitation is it does hide some of the creepy doll features.
It hides the creepy doll features for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go no.
Try the glasses on the red hat lady.
They kind of blend in. They're
They
too
do.
dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hide the.
I do have these white glasses, but I would want to put them under her hat, and I don't think.
Oh, looky there. Looky there. Oh my goodness, that's perfect.
Oh yeah, she's getting those glasses.
Too perfect. Right. Oh, I almost forgot the best part. My little pink skull.
Oh my gosh, that's perfect. Okay, so here's something fun that I have. I have actual doll eyes from this doll making magazine. I wonder if I could make the doll's eyes even creepier. We're gonna try it.
Yeah, I think you should definitely embrace the creepy doll. Oh wow.
I got lots of creepy doll eyes. I'm just gonna try a bunch of them.
I can't wait to watch this back on a bigger screen.
You know what? When I edit these videos, it is so much fun because then I actually get to see what the other person does.
Right, right.
Like I can't see really what you're doing because I'm busy. Oh, those are super creepy because I'm busy, doing my own thing, right?
I've got a hot mess going on over here is what I've got. Look at all these little vegetables with the googly eyes.
Vegetables with the googly eyes?
Yes.
Oh, those are good. Look at all the
googly-eyed vegetables. I think I might use a couple of them. How about some purple cauliflower with googly eyes? Oh, I can use this one with the cat face with going.
Oh, I love that. I love the cat face pumpkin.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like I had a pair of eyes that were like really super creepy. Well, these are pretty creepy. Oh, those are evil.
Oh, yes.
They're very creepy in person. Okay, now I got to put all my eyeballs back in their bag.
So I think if I outline her, I think that really will make her pop.
Yes. So she's on a dark background, so I would outline her with white.
White. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would do because that'll make her pop out. Yes. Absolutely.
That's what I'm thinking too.
I'm going to add some little details. Just paper. It's no big deal.
It's just paper, and we're having fun.
We are having fun.
And I'm having a blast over here with this royal family. I guess there's no rule that says that the background can't be white.
There's no rule about anything. There's no rules. There's no rules.
There's no rules. There's no crying in collage.
Well,
okay, maybe a little.
I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
There was that one time.
I think my first video that I saw of yours was you were doing a glue book video, and I was so excited about it. I love glue book videos.
I do too, and I haven't done one in a while.
I've noticed.
Yes, have you?
Like waiting.
I will get right on that. My last glue book video, I did a live, and I have talked about how I struggle with random. If I put it to a story, then I stand a chance. So I set out to do a random, like, piece together background and then with focal images on top. I was crying uncle halfway through that live. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And I had everybody there to help me, and that was great. They were like, oh, just put that there. Or just put that there. Yeah, if I hadn't been on a live, I probably would have turned the camera off and thrown my glue book away.
Yes. Oh my gosh. started a video last week or the week before, and I was like excited and I was in it, and then it just all went away. And I go, well, this is garbage. And I stopped the video and immediately deleted it. And I was just
Oh
like,
no.
I mean, it's like sometimes it just, I mean, I've only ever done that like maybe 2 or 3 times, but man, I feel like, yeah, sometimes it just hits you and you're like, this is garbage and it's got to go. And so I can't imagine doing that on a live.
Yeah, that was a little bold.
But
Let
good
me
on
just
you for like sticking to it though, you know?
I
Like,
did. I finished the
yeah.
page. It is not doesn't go down in as one of my favorite pages or anything like that, but
When I do a bad page, I'm like, well, that's one of my 10,000 bad ones to get to my one good one. So
yes, I like that. I remember you saying that in a video. I liked that.
it's all a means to an end. I think I'm done. I'm just going to outline
Okay.
while you finish
Yeah.
working on yours.
Well, I can go ahead and outline my I don't, like I said, I'm not sure if this is going to get finished. Well, and it might be finished already. I had this huge orange marigold I added to the background, this
Oh my
turquoise
gosh, I
background.
love that marigold.
And then I added this, I debating on cutting her out or just putting her up like this. She's in this pink convertible. And she's just driving by going, ha, 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 ha. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think I need an architectural degree to glue this down, to be honest with you.
You know, I know exactly like that sentiment. I feel it in my soul.
Oh my goodness. I'm like
Yes.
going, I don't know even how to take this apart. I'm just do it. That's the name. That's the name of the game. Just do
That's
it.
right.
And if it gets put back on in a different way, then it gets put back on in a different way. So for anybody out there who is hesitating,
Just do it.
just glue it. Yes.
That's right.
Just glue it. So
I love the bag ladies idea. I'm like so excited about that.
Yeah, you know, when I first thought about that, and I'm like, I don't really know what I meant by it, other than my family jokes with me about being a bag lady because I love bags.
Oh, I love bags.
All the shopping bags. You know, I like have this massive collection of all those shopping bags, and you know, especially the ones that are really cute. You know. Okay, flower is glued on. I need to hurry because you're already doodling, aren't you?
Well, I'm outlining.
I need to do some of that myself. So,
but it takes me a long time. I timed myself today. It took me 40 minutes to outline some little art journal pages that I made for a video. So,
oh really?
Yeah, I mean, you know, everybody else sees like 3 minutes, but it literally took, I was like, did that really take me 40 minutes? I was like, that's a long time.
Okay, I think I made a change. And I think I like it. I think Queen Bee might go up there behind this pink skull. Like right at the top, and she's looking down and she's looking up at her, and I may have started a fight.
I don't think you started nothing. I think it was already happening. I don't normally doodle on video because A, my big old noggin gets in the way. And B, it's kind of boring because I can't really talk and doodle for some reason.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Oh my gosh, I am so in love with your royal collage over there.
Does this look bad? I think I need to put something down here because I forgot. I didn't realize that was a straight cut.
Oh my gosh, she's great. What if you put, hang on, so across the bottom of that straight line with the car lady, what if you put lined up some of those vegetables with the googly eyes so it looks like that they're kind of like maybe she's in some sort of parade or something.
Like this, and then I would need one more. So how did you get started? How did you start doing this?
It was a weird and windy road so I've done it before when I was in my 20s. My sister's very artistic, and we used to get together. I mean, oh my gosh, we would do all sorts of arts and crafts together, just whatever you could think of. And we used to do like altered books. I did scrapbooking in my 20s when my kids were little, like I feel like we all did. Yes. But then I got into quilting, and I subscribed to this newsletter from these like artistic quilters, because not that I can do artistic quilting, but art quilts are beautiful and amazing, and I like to look at them. And this one lady in her newsletter, she said, oh, I bought this collage book and I think I'm going to get back into collage. And I was like, oh yeah, I used to love collage. And so I bought that book. It sat around for a while. And then I was watching YouTube videos of quilters. And then I thought, well, I bet there's collage YouTubers. So then I looked for collage YouTubers. And ultimately, I ended up finding Tara Jacobson over at Artsy Fartsy Life. And, she makes these dolls. And she was heavily inspired by Diane Reevely. And Diane Reevely was heavily inspired by Tisha Moore. And finding Tisha Moore was when I was like, oh, this is my jam.
Yes.
And, because Tisha Moore's style is like, it's a little bit macabre and weird, but like fun and, funky. And I don't know. I just love it. And so I just watched a lot of Tara Jacobson and Diane Reevely. I found some old Tisha Moore videos, so I watched those. And then I was like, I thought, I want to find like some crafty friends. And then this little voice in my head said, well, you should start a YouTube channel and find crafty friends. And then I was like, I can't do the YouTube channel. I'm not good enough. I'd have to be called like the half-ass crafter. And then I was like, and it was
bada
funny
bing, bada boom.
I was in the middle of sewing a quilt when I had that thought, and I stopped and I grabbed my phone and I looked to see, is the half-ass crafter taken on YouTube? And it wasn't taken on Instagram. And so I signed up and I got all of it. And I was like, well, I guess that's who I am now. It was very funny to tell. I had to tell my husband what I was doing. And he was just like, I'm sorry, what are you doing? And I was like,
you're doing what?
I'm going to do a YouTube channel and it's going to be called The Half-Ass Crafter. And he was like, that's the best name ever.
Oh, yes, it is. I was telling my friend yesterday, I was telling her that about you. And you talk about somebody that would be your people. That would be her. I told her, I said, you really need to go watch her. You two in a same room would definitely have something to talk about.
It's been so much like I've just been so excited by the really interesting people that I've met, and I have crafty friends now, and it's so good.
Yeah,
and
that is the best part.
It really is. And it's like, even the people who don't make videos are, they're still my friend. Like they'll send me emails and they'll say, hey, here's something I made. Like, I love it when people email me the stuff that they make, or,
right.
Or they'll post on my Facebook
group.
On my Facebook group and like stuff like that. And I just love it. I'm like, it's, you get to share this with someone who enjoys it too. Because I've shown people my paper dolls and stuff, and they're like, oh, yeah.
What? Okay.
Look at that. Isn't that interesting? And I'm like, well, I think it's funny as hell, but okay. Sorry, you don't have a sense of humor.
Definitely have to find people who, it is definitely a different conversation when it's people who are your people. I started, my grandfather called me Missy. He was actually the only, but then my mom added the Missy part. I think my siblings did too. And then I was tickled to find out that it wasn't already taken. So that was great. You're going to laugh. I mean, I did scrapbook in the 90s for one day. I was a scrapbooker for one day. Gave me hives. I couldn't breathe. It was not happy. There were too many rules, too many something. It had to be perfect. I'm a little on the OCD side. And I couldn't make it perfect, and I couldn't do it. I mean, years later, I went through, I used to be Junkin' Diva. I wish that YouTube had been around then, or at least I would have known about it. I used to redo furniture. I had an antique shop, and so I got distracted with that type of crafting for several years. And then I needed something that was a little smaller craft-wise, like not hauling big furniture kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I got back in. I bought a planner, but again, just like the Diane Reevely book, I couldn't use it because what if I mess it up? And I spun myself into a little hole. So that's when I decided again that I needed to learn how to bind books. And then I went down the junk journal rabbit hole. And now I'm in the creative journal rabbit hole. What I basically started my YouTube channel on was journaling. with a side of glue book. You know, that's kind of where I'm at. I love the collage. I love any kind of paper collage. And in some aspects, the daily journaling, the creative daily journaling is a collage. You just do it about bits and pieces of your day. Okay. She is glued on. The royals are glued on.
I love that you mentioned that you couldn't scrapbook because it was too perfect, because I had the same problem with scrap. Like, I could never get anything even, and it drove me crazy. I don't even know why I tried to do quilting. I'm not like a perfect quilter at all. Somebody, when I mentioned that I did quilting, somebody left me a comment and they're like, "Ooh, can you do a quilting video?" And I was like, absolutely not.
Not.
Y'all would be like, what is wrong with this lady? I mean, I think my quilts, they look fine, but you know, when you look at like my mother-in-law's quilt, she's been quilting for 30 years and her quilts are gorgeous and perfect, and
Yeah.
mine are not.
But I bet they're pretty.
I think they're pretty, but you know. Okay, I did her eyes to make them like super creepy.
Let me see. Oh, wow. Yes, that is perfect. Okay, I outline, I don't know if you can see it. I outlined her and the policeman in white.
Hang on one second. I'm putting in these eyelashes.
Okay.
All right, let me see. Oh, yeah. I love it. All right. I think I did it.
Did you do it? You did it.
So. I think so.
Oh, it looks good.
I think I got a Halloween lady, and then I got some autumn ladies.
And I have the pumpkin with the swamp lady head in it.
I love that pumpkin so much, and I love it. I love it even more because you drew it. Like, I really need to call out how talented you are as an artist.
Well, thank you. Here's how it started out. And now it has a head coming out of it. and men legs with knees and socks. Crew socks, I might add. And then we have T up here and Darth Vader. And somebody called the cops because they wouldn't give her armholes in her pumpkin suit. And this is my mom going, "What? I didn't see the problem.
I don't understand.
What's your problem?" And then we have the royals. And
oh my God, I love the royals.
Punching herself. I haven't outlined those yet, but we have her punching herself in the head because she's dealing with the whole family. And, you know, we'll leave it at that. You can use your imagination.
I love it. I love it. All right. I made my creepy doll and I outlined her eyes and I gave her these big eyebrows so that she's judging you harshly.
Yes.
And she's got bat wings and she's got her tailor bird who's getting her into, I don't know, pumpkin.
I love that pumpkin too.
And then I've got my little autumn ladies over here. This lady has some wings and a fancy haircut. And then this lady, I'm so excited. I found a use for those glasses. Like, I think it just goes.
Oh, they were perfect. They fit perfectly.
Yes. And then I used these little printables. And if you want to know, these printables came from Art House Whimsy. I think these autumn ones did too on Etsy. If I can remember, I will link it, but I never remember to link anything. Usually somebody has to comment and be like, "Hey, can we get that link?" And I'm like, yes,
I get right on that. I have had a blast.
Oh my gosh. So much fun. So much fun. And we're going to have to do winter ladies in our little books. Let's see. I've got a winter. Yeah, I think this is gonna. Well, I put my pages in wrong because while I did finally get
a
journal put together, we both put our pages in incorrectly because that's how we roll.
That's how we roll. You would expect nonetheless.
That's right. So, you know, messing up and half-assing it. That's what we do.
That's right.
So in other words, actually, we're perfect. We're fine. So
that's right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks everybody for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it.